In 2004, Rob Whitnell and his colleagues in the chemistry department at Guilford College decided they wanted a student-centered learning experience in all of their classes. The POGIL project sat down with Rob, Gail Webster, also from Guilford, and former Guilford colleague Michael Bruno, now at the North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics, to hear how POGIL has made a difference for their students and also strengthened their faculty community.
It just reminds me of one of my favorite moments in having taught POGIL. So in one year in my physical chemistry class, I had a physics major come in, taking thermodynamics. He couldn't get it from the physics department at that time. And he went through it and did well, and great student. And a year later, I'm teaching physical chemistry again, getting ready for class, and the student rushes in and says, "Can I see your activity book?" and starts thumbing through it, finds the piece he wants, reviews the activity, remembers what he wants to remember, says thank you, starts to rush out, and as he's rushing out, he says, "I don't know how anyone can learn any other way." We knew the evidence for it. We were convinced it was going to work for our students and the way we want to teach and interact with our students.
Our students, we realized, didn't know each other by the time they had progressed through the program very well. We saw it in our research class that they take. It's called Integrated Lab. They would get into groups. We would expect them to be able to work in a group together without having done anything about working in groups in a class. Yeah. And we've seen real progress in that.
We want to teach and interact with our students, and it's mostly done that.
And so it's hard, then when you hire somebody, we kind of have this expectation that they're going to do POGIL without telling you that.
Yeah, well, you did tell me that. You did tell me. I was fortunate enough to have the institutional support to dive right in.
I don't know that we expected it to come across as well as it did ultimately, but we really wanted to see a change in how our students interacted. And we didn't want to set up these students against each other with your section, this section, and so it was really very intentional to change the culture of the department and our students.
It set up an expectation for all of our students in the whole department that is very powerful.
I developed a new course and asked the students what they wanted, because I wanted to do POGIL, but if they really didn't like it, and it was unanimous that they needed to do chem activities.
Yeah.
Once we got involved in the POGIL project, it built a community both within our department and our department with other faculty involved in POGIL.
I left Guilford and I continued to use POGIL, and when I moved, I insisted when I was hired that it had stipulations, and one of which was I got to teach the way I wanted to teach. And it has influenced my current department very much. POGIL really provides an important framework for having those discussions about those changes in the classroom.
I think for me, both with this group, the other people at Guilford, and the people in the POGIL project, is how important it is to have that community, that cohort of people that you're working with and thinking about and continually striving to get better. We have never sat still and said, "Oh, now we're doing it right." And we know it's never going to be that way, because we've seen our students evolve and change and come in with different experiences and different backgrounds, and we're continually adjusting. But it's a much easier thing to do when you always have these people around to bounce ideas off of and to think about what you're doing, and to be able to come to places like P&M and have the larger conversations.
I think there are a lot of places that say they're student-centered, and I think both the POGIL project and where I work, my colleagues, we really are student-centered, and I think that is the best thing ever, to be in that kind of a community.